Well guys, it's absolutely tipping down with rain, so I've decided that we're going to have a little look at the incubator control mechanism that loads of you asked about, and I'm also going to show you some clips of the birds over the last few weeks, showing you how they've grown and what have you. So that's coming right up. We're going to start with this, and before we go any further guys, as you can see just in there, this product came from incubatorwarehouse.com. okay, loads of you asked where you can get one. Now this screen, I've plugged it in just to show you. Obviously there's going to be no heat because we just got the lid on the floor because we're not using the incubator at the moment, but I just thought I would show you what's going on here. At the moment now it's telling us that the temperature is, let me put it up on the sorry because it's on the floor. Okay, so that the temperature is showing us 19.1 degrees C. The HTR is the power that's being utilized in order to keep it around that or to make it climb. Okay, we've got, as you can see, three little control buttons here. We've got up, down or enter, so that can allow us to set. Now pressing enter is like the menu button. It allows us to go through, give me a moment, it allows us to go through each of the settings. And then we can go up and down depending on what we need within the system. Okay, right, and we can set this, and the great thing about this little piece of equipment is it can be used for poultry, it can be used for reptile eggs, it can be used for anything like that, so it's really good for that. And another good thing that you could use it for is for incubating queen cells from beehives, so because you can change this temperature to what we require. Right, so underneath, this is the part that a lot of people wanted to see. So there's a little circuit board with some standoffs, as you can see here, and here is a ceramic heat block which is part of the electrical system. And basically that ceramic heat block, there's four of them right around, as you can see, one on each side face, and all they do, there's a power supply here that goes to 12 volt, and they pump out heat. They get quite hot, and then that heat is then pulled through this little CPU fan or a little computer fan, and that then moves air around the incubator so that the air doesn't get stale. And that's essentially all it is, and that's all you need for the heating. So if you didn't want the egg turning side, something like that is ideal. So anyway guys, that's that. Now we're going to go and take a look at how the birds have been getting on, and the first thing I've got for you is one of the chicks of the second batch hatching out. So we've caught that. We'll put a bit of music along to the clips just so you can see how they're getting on, and then I'll come back to you in the end. See you in a moment. Okay guys, so these are the four chicks that hatched out from the eggs that we put into the incubator when the first three hatched, and they've been doing really well. And as you can see, they're quite large. We had to put them in a bigger box because the cage is being used by these guys, which are the first three. And now look at the size on them. So they're doing really well at the moment, and won't be long they'll be going up the plot, but they are quite large now, and they're very inquisitive, like that. Making a mess all over the floor. It's just as well as carpets being renewed, because they do make a mess. Right, but these ones are doing quite well, and they'll end up in the cage when the others go up the plot. Anyway, it's just a quick update, just to let you know that they're all getting on really well. Okay guys, so we've come up to the plot now, and as a temporary measure, because these birds are getting so big at home, we've emptied out this shed. We've stopped the other birds going in it. We've put a couple of feeders hanging up there, and out here we've created a small little area for them with a couple of pallets and a gate, and we're going to release them all in by here now. So we're going to do that, and once I've released them, as you can hear them down in the bucket here at the moment, but as soon as I release them I'll come back to you. Okay guys, so there they are. Now, as you can see, there's the 3 bigger ones from the very first hatch and 4 of the 5 from the other hatch. So now they've got plenty of space to run around. They've got an outside space as well. As you can see, they're tucking into some food at the moment. Excuse my dog whining. But they're well tucking into the food. Now, we've put some bigger pellet in this first feeder just to see how they do, but they can all reach the food, so that's fine. So we've got on top of here now, we have just a mesh screen that we can put on top just to stop any cats and things coming in. They've got this area out here now that they can run around in to get a bit of daylight as well. So they are set up for a little while now in a temporary enclosure to keep them happy, and they can be out of the rain, but we had to get them out the house. They were stinking all the time. Anyway guys, that's it for this episode. If you haven't already, click the subscribe button. Don't forget to like this episode, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.